Welcome back. Now back to Donald Trump's rally in Tampa today, emphasizing that Florida is one of the main battleground states for this election.
ABC 7's Kate Flexner was at the rally at the Florida State Fairgrounds. She joins us live from Tampa. And Kate, what was the turnout like there today?
Well, guys, the crowd was a little bit smaller here today than it has been at past Trump rallies, with fewer supporters and fewer protesters. Right now, Trump is actually behind in the polls by 4.5 points, and he's really set his sights on the Sunshine State. He's been campaigning in places like Jacksonville, Miami, Orlando, and now Tampa. And today he talked about minority voters. Political analysts say minority voters are going to be crucial in this election. But some of the voters that we talked to here today said they're not necessarily passionate about either candidate.
Anything different. Just tired of both sides, what's going on. Just want to see something different.
Presidential election isn't going to be decided by who's the best candidate. It's going to be decided who's not the worst.
Coming up at 6, we'll tell you about Trump's changing views on immigration, so stay with us. Reporting live in Tampa, Kate Flexner, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Kate, thank you. The Punta Gorda Police Department's K-9 unit is in limbo following a deadly officer-involved shooting. The department's only K-9 officer, Lee Cole, is on paid administrative leave while the Florida Department of Law Enforcement investigates the shooting. Back on August 2nd, Officer Cole was taking part in a training exercise at the Citizens Police Academy when he shot and killed 73-year-old Mary Knowlton. The police chief says no one knew there was ammunition in the gun. While Cole is on leave, he's taking care of his K-9 named Spirit, but the future of Officer Cole and his K-9 will not be decided until the FDLE's investigation is complete.
Soon, those who live on Longboat Key will decide on the future of a proposed hotel. But before that vote, some business owners want to make sure people know all of the facts. ABC 7's Adam Cellini is joining us live from Longboat Key with more on a recently scheduled meeting among business owners on the north end of the Key. Adam.
Yeah, Haley and Scott, I'm here in the Long Beach Village at the north end of Longboat Key. And as you can tell, any campaigning for the hotel around here has been pretty strongly negative. But some business owners are speaking up because they feel like a hotel can really boost this area where they have trouble finding a firm client base. So that's why those business owners are scheduling a meeting of their own, hoping to shed some positive light. Charter boat captain Kurt Schultz likes living in Longboat's historic Long Beach Village, but running a business, that's a different story.
Well, if you look at the northern part of Longboat Key, it's kind of a dead zone. You know, a lot of people are trying to struggle with their businesses, getting it up. You know, I struggle sometimes. You know, it's a tough business.
Some say the replacement of hotels with condominiums over time has made things tough for island businesses like the Mar Vista restaurant.
The challenge with those condominiums is that the folks only come for 1 week stay, 1 month stay, and we think it takes the breath out of the lungs of the community.
Soon, Longboat residents will vote on whether developers should be allowed to apply for rezoning to make way for the North End Hotel and Beach Club along Gulf of Mexico Drive.
They're not going to vote and then we're going to put a shovel in the ground. They're going to vote and then we're going to be able to start the process of working with the planning department and public hearings and the Planning and Zoning Board and the Town Commission to hopefully come up with a product that's a huge asset to the North End of Longboat.
Before then, Schultz has organized a meeting for the developer to speak with some business owners.
I want people to make an educated decision on what they know, not on what they see on the side of the road on a sign. Okay, because the way it's been put out there is a traffic situation, but that's not the only issue.
However, Gene Gillespie still worries a hotel won't attract the type of businesses that locals want.
Tourists want t-shirts, beach toys, sandals, things like that. Residents need offices, doctors, hardware stores, things like that.
Schultz says residents are welcome at the meeting as long as things can remain constructive and not argumentative. That meeting is scheduled for 9 a.m. at the Mar Vista restaurant here in the village tomorrow. It's tomorrow at 9 a.m. here in the Mar Vista Village. Live on Longboat Key, I'm Adam Cellini. Scott and Haley, back to you.
All right, Adam, thank you so much. More shops and restaurants could be coming to Venice Avenue. The city council there voting to change land development codes in the area. The land was originally reserved for auto shops, big retail stores, but now property owners are looking to rent out space to smaller shops. The change to the code in Venice will allow for more multifamily developments on Venice Avenue between the Intracoastal Waterway and US 41 bypass.
And now for a check on our forecast. This is an active week in the ABC 7 Weather Center.
It sure is. Not just the tropics, but some storms around too.
That's right. We've got showers and storms developing now into Charlotte County. Some pretty heavy rainfall there. And we're continuing to watch this poorly organized tropical wave, really, if you will. There's a little bit of a spin right here, and we're starting to see some convection on the eastern edge of that little area right there that you see just northeast of San Juan. Reconnaissance aircraft really not finding any winds that were strong here. They did find some winds that were up to 65 miles an hour to the northeast, but that was more with a squall line that had developed associating with this a little bit of a rotation that you see right there. For us, there are showers around, but mainly down to the south into Charlotte County near Rotunda, Placida, and near Inglewood. Not much else going on, but notice this one little shower popping up right there into northeast or southeastern portions of Highlands County and also into Hardee County. We'll have more on our forecast. Take a look at some of the forecast models on this track or possibly a tropical depression coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. The American University of Afghanistan in Kabul came under assault today as security forces there exchanged gunfire with attackers. The gunfire reported in the vicinity of the school has now stopped, according to a source in the Kabul police force. The same source told ABC News 2 people were killed and 5 others were hurt in that attack. The American University of Afghanistan opened in 2006 and was a pet project of former First Lady Laura Bush. Many of the professors there are American. The attack comes 2 weeks after 2 university staff were kidnapped from their car by unknown gunmen. Their whereabouts are still unknown.
The number of people registering for federal disaster aid after Louisiana's heavy flooding continues to rise. As of today, the number of people who have registered with the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, has reached 119,000. FEMA has approved more than $132 million in grants for temporary rental assistance, home repairs, and other aid. The storm that began on August 12th dumped as much as 2 feet of water in some areas within 48 hours, affecting more than 100,000 homes.
An animal rescue group on the Sun Coast is now caring for 35 more animals rescued from the floodwaters in Louisiana. Englewood Animal Rescue Sanctuary took in 23 dogs and 12 cats from the devastated region last night. The group is now working to find them forever homes. On Saturday, the sanctuary received 9 dogs and 5 cats from Louisiana, and all but 2 dogs from that first group have since been adopted. And the Sarasota County Sheriff's Animal Services is offering a deal this weekend in celebration of National Dog Day. All adoptions will be $10 each this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Animal Services is located at the eastern end of Bee Ridge Road in Sarasota. And even though it's National Dog Day, cats are included in this special deal as well, which is great.
Equal opportunity.
Yeah. Well, just a spoonful of sugar may not be the best thing to give your kids, even if it's with medicine.
Up next, how a sugar-ridden diet can affect children's heart health in Health Smart.
Welcome to the all-new Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice.
Seymour smiles.
Seymour selection of quality new and pre-owned vehicles.
Seymour for your trade-in.
Seymour savings.
Discover the new Buick and get cash back for up to 16% of the MSRP on select 2016 Buick vehicles. That's nearly $8,000 cash back on this Buick LaCrosse.
Seymour now at Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice. Go to SeymourBuickGMC.com.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
We've been slow smoking over oak for more than 45 years. And while sticking to tried and true traditions is kind of our thing, it doesn't hurt to throw something new in the smoker every now and then. Come get some slow smoked chicken wings at Sonny's Barbecue. Order them as an appetizer or as part of a combo with pork, baby back ribs, or both, starting at $10.99. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
Just because someone grows older, does that mean they have to grow apart from their friends or from the things they love to do? With Right at Home, it doesn't. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to help with personal care, housekeeping, meals, and most of all, staying engaged in life.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you ready to go?
Oh, I sure am.
We can provide the right care right at home.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Keeping kids away from sugary foods is tough, and now new recommendations suggest they should consume no more than 6 teaspoons of sugar a day. ABC 7's Alex Redmond joins us with the challenges that these changes represent. Alex.
That's right, Haley. If your child has a sweet tooth, then you may find the new sugar consumption guidelines of the American Heart Association a little hard to swallow.
A lollipop.
4-year-old Brooks likes his sugar.
Cookies and a donut.
Michaela also likes donuts.
I like the icing on them. It's really good.
But Nicholas, age 12, likes the strongest stuff.
My favorite sugary foods is probably Pepsi.
Well, soft drinks is the #1 source of added sugars, which now contain about 39 grams of sugar, which roughly is about 10 teaspoons of sugar.
To give you an idea of the hidden sugars that are in everyday foods that we eat, that we think we're doing something good for ourselves, this bottle right here has 57 grams of sugar in it. That's right, 57.
We now have substantial evidence to support, of course, the relationship with obesity, type 2 diabetes, but also setting them up for future heart disease.
New American Heart Association guidelines says registered dietitian Bonnie London are for children ages 2 to 18 to have about 25 grams of sugar daily, or no more than 6 teaspoons a day.
1 soda a day, you're already going to go over the suggested amount.
It is really difficult for parents to choose proper foods because so many of them are hidden sugars. Sometimes yogurt bars have a lot of sugar and you don't realize how much sugar that they have.
Educator Julie Rohr McHugh says the school sends nutritional information home to parents.
And we tell them to look at the ingredients, to try to avoid high sugar content foods.
Christy, age 12, knows sugar leads to health problems.
Once you kind of have sugar, you're like addicted to it.
11-year-old Riley says it's healthier not to eat sugar.
You can do a lot more, as in sports and outdoor activities, without getting tired as much.
And looks ahead.
Because if you start eating it a lot while you're younger, it's not going to stop by the time you get older.
But kids can still be kids, says London.
This is not about, stopping having a piece of cake or this or that once in a while. This is about the everyday activity that goes on. That's really a concern.
Soda is the leading source of added sugars, but the good news is that soda consumption in the U.S. is on the downturn.
And why is that, Alex?
Well, partially because of awareness, but the other reason is that there are some places now, some states, that are charging high taxes on it. So people may not want to put their money in their pocket and know that it's not healthy for them. Those two things combined, I think, is going to help people make a healthier food choice.
But like you pointed out, there's a ton of sugar in fruit juices as well.
Right,
so not just soda.
Yeah, not necessarily healthy for you. You're better off eating your fruit because it's far less sugar in a piece of fruit than a fruit juice.
Right. All right. Thank you, Alex. Now let's head over to Bob.
Well, today had an opportunity to talk to a great group, apropos too, because it was about hurricanes, and it was at the Sarasota Rotary at Marina Jack today, and had a great talk and discussion. One of the ladies there in attendance came up to me and said, should I cancel my trip next week about this storm? I said, no, there's no decisions yet made about this storm that's developing possibly just north of Puerto Rico and eventually into the southwestern portion of the Atlantic. We'll keep a watch on it very closely. There's still a lot of uncertainty as to what may happen with that as we move through time. Today, we've had some clouds around and some showers scattered about. This is looking out over Sarasota Bay, the Ringling Bridge right there. You can see it, fairly calm conditions out on the waters. And the storms that have been around have been fairly brief, pushing off to the west-southwest at 10 to 15 miles an hour. And this has really inhibited the sea breeze from developing, that strong northeasterly flow. So we're not seeing much convergence set up this afternoon like we normally would. And this was a little bit stronger wind than the models anticipated. You can see some of that rain still lingering just to the west of Rotunda, pushing off toward the southwest. Other showers still can pop up here through this evening, and we'll keep an eye on those. The temperature today was very warm despite the increased clouds. Not as hot as it was yesterday, though. Looks like 3/10 of an inch of rain just to the east of Northport. And look at that, near Rotunda and Placida, over an inch of rain in a short period of time there. Some of the storms have been rather intense. So right now, some clouds at the airport, 90 degrees, the dew point 74. We have an east wind at 16. That's the reason why that sea breeze didn't get developing because of that stronger east wind. There, 1 degree shy of a record today, despite the increase in cloudiness. 79 was the morning low, and similar temperatures anticipated tomorrow. No rainfall officially at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport, as it has been rather quiet this afternoon. 96, the warm spot in Tallahassee, now 88 degrees in Orlando. It's 88 in Miami now, and temperatures across the area a little bit cooler inland with that northeasterly wind flow and some showers that were around earlier. Still, though, pretty warm in Sarasota and Cortez and Bradenton, all at 90 degrees. And the water temperature at the end of the Venice Pier now is at 87 degrees. And high pressure is going to be a big factor over the southeast in determining where that tropical system may eventually end up. It's expected to slip off a little bit further to the east, and if that were the case, then it would block anything from traveling back to the north. So that would be a system that we'd have to watch very closely what that high-pressure ridge does. Gaston not doing much in the open waters of the Atlantic, expected to become a hurricane shortly, but this disturbance has kind of just joined it. We have a mid-level flow here, southeast of San Juan, Puerto Rico, and then the low-level circulation right here. But notice the deep convection that's starting to develop out ahead of it. So that drier air that had been out ahead of it is slowly eroding away, and so conditions may become a little bit more favorable for this to develop into a tropical depression or even storm, say by late Friday and possibly into early Saturday. And then it's anyone's guess at that point as to whether it will track along the east coast or along the eastern Gulf of Mexico along the west coast. Right now, one of the reliable models, the European model, does take it very close to the west coast of Florida on Monday and Tuesday of next week. So that would be the timeline for that. So, and there's several models that dissipate the system. So we're not too concerned about it right now, but we have to watch it very closely over the upcoming 2 days. Northeast winds at 15 knots to start things off for boaters tomorrow. They'll subside somewhat 5 to 10 in the afternoon. Water temperature now at 87 degrees. And as far as the tides go upcoming, high tide will be at 7:06. And the low tide will be at 12:11. The forecast is shaping up like this for the next 7 days. Watching the tropics, obviously, with scattered showers and storms, mainly in the afternoon and evening on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then things may change a little bit early next week. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. There is an accident in Manatee County. It's at US 301 and US 41. It's affecting traffic at this hour.
Ford is recalling more than 88,000 vehicles because the engines can stall without a warning due to a fuel pump problem. The recall covers certain Taurus and Ford Flex wagons, along with some Lincolns from the 2013 through 2015 model years. All have turbocharged 6-cylinder engines. Ford says the fuel pump control modules can fail and the engines may not start or they could stall. The company says it's not aware of any crashes or injuries related to this problem.
More problems for the popular burrito chain Chipotle. Federal regulators have ruled several policies in the company's employee handbook violate labor laws. The National Labor Relations Board has determined Chipotle can no longer ban workers from criticizing the company on social media. It must also change a policy that prohibits workers from talking about politics and religion, and one that restricts workers from circulating petitions. The problems came to light after an employee was fired over tweets and a petition.
Tough year for that chain.
Very tough. Yeah.
Entertainment news is next.
Shop GoWildHonda.com. Lease a new Civic for $174 and no down payment, just $174. Get great clearance deals now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
Tonight, we go one-on-one with Donald Trump.
It's becoming a health crisis here, Zika.
ABC 7's Alan Cohn asked him the questions that matter most to the Suncoast.
It's a very tough fight because nobody really knows where it's coming from.
Tonight at 7 on ABC 7.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
The official salon of ABC 7. Cutting Loose Salon.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, we make sure you get the most for your money. More years, more miles, and when you're ready to sell, you'll get more money back. Come fall in love with the longest-lasting vehicle in its class, the Subaru Outback. Or lease a new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing right now during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
People ask me all the time, George, what do I do with my idea for a new product? I tell them, call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been providing patent referrals, preparing ideas, and submitting to companies for more than 30 years.
I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
For your free inventors information, call 1-800-881-6805.
Shop GoWildHonda.com. Lease a new Accord for $189 and no down payment, just $189 or 0.9% APR. Get great clearance deals now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
A sad day for Law & Order fan Stephen Hill has died.
The actor played the district attorney Adam Schiff on the show and always delivered his lines with a grumble and a growl. Hill starred on the series for 10 years. The series creator called him one of the great actors of his generation and said he's the only actor he's ever known who consistently tried to cut his own lines. Hill was 94 years old. LeBron James is getting his own reality show and helping grow businesses at the same time. In the show Cleveland Hustle, 4 business leaders will be matched with 8 entrepreneurs. Each leader selects a business to invest in and then works with the entrepreneur to open a store in Cleveland neighborhoods. The purpose of the show is to help grow businesses in LeBron's hometown of Cleveland.
Ciara will sit on the celebrity judges panel for the 2017 Miss America competition. The singer will join Gabby Douglas, Laura Marano, Mark Cuban, Sarah Foster, Cole Swindell, and former Miss America Charlene Wells Hawks. I think this might be the 2016 Miss America. The panel, I guess, going to be 2017 Miss America, but it's happening this year. The panel will evaluate the contestants' performance in swimsuits, evening wear, talent, interview, and answering on-stage questions. The pageant finale will be broadcast live right here on ABC 7 on September 11th.
Mayor City of Houston hereby proclaim August 24th, 2016 as Simone Biles Day in the city of Houston. Congratulations to you.
Huge honor for Olympic gymnast and 4-time gold medalist Simone Biles. She returned home to Houston today and was greeted by family, friends, and fans at Bush Intercontinental Airport. Biles is the most decorated American gymnast after the 2016 Games and the first ever female gymnast to be selected as a flag bearer for the opening or closing ceremony. And everyone at that closing ceremony was trying to get selfies with her.
Yeah.
As she was holding the flag, the
She's
US flag.
a popular lady for sure.
Yeah.
And her personality, I think, just adds to it. It's not just her athleticism, but the way her smile just lights up the room.
It sure does.
Yeah.
What a gymnast, too.
I know. Crazy.
We'll be right back with more news.
Temperatures on the Sun Coast are rising and the deals are hotter than ever during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. You'll feel cooler than ever when you drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999 or take home a stylish new Jeep Renegade for just $17,999. How about a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999? Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.